Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm embarking on a big series of videos where through rigorous scientific testing I'll be finding out which car is fastest on EAWRC in each class on both gravel and tarmac, and which car is slowest, and what some of the handling differences between each car are. The winning car in each class will be awarded GOAT, and I'll be awarding the boat to either the slowest actual or boatiest feeling car in each class. So there you have it, the start of the GOAT or Boat Awards 2023. We are starting with H1 front wheel drive today, but that doesn't mean we are going to go through the classes in order. I just wanted to start with the slower classes of car to get used to the stages that I've decided to use for testing. In this case, for gravel, for all testing I've used Larger in Chile for its mix of high speed and low speed corners, and also uphill sections, which puts a spotlight on engine performance and power delivery. For the tarmac test, I've used Ansel in Monte Carlo, which has the same mix of corners and includes a very fast downhill section which really tests stability and balance of each car when rapidly changing direction and under load when braking or transitioning from corner to corner. So how have I made it fair? Well, I do at least 3 runs in each car on each stage, and I don't do these one after the other in the same car. I'll do, in the example of H1, 1 run in the Fulvia, then in the Mini, and then in the Nova, and repeat this process at least 3 times before comparing performances. I do this to remove any bias in running order as I get more familiar with the stages and the cars. I also only use stock setups to ensure the most fair and accurate circumstances for the standard user across all cars. So for H1 on gravel then, which car do you think is fastest and which do you think is slowest? Let's look at the title contenders. First we have the Lancia Fulvia. On paper has the most power and weighs the same amount as the Nova. The Mini is lighter, perhaps more agile, but less powerful than both of the others. And the Nova is more, well, modern. It has a little less power than the Fulvia, but a more modern car with 5-hole gears over the Fulvia and Mini's 4. So here's what I found in the gravel test. The Nova was absolutely the quickest car by some distance, with my fastest Nova time beating second fastest by a substantial 7 seconds. And it's a pretty fast time, currently sitting second at time of recording at least, overall. The Fulvia came second in the gravel test, but I really felt I had to overdrive the car to get it anywhere near the Nova. The Vauxhall just feels so much more capable in all areas. It's more stable at high speed, delivers more of its power at the lower end, helping with those twisty uphill gravel sections, and just feels overall to have a better balance when shifting weight. In the Fulvia you really feel like you're shifting a lot of weight around. The Mini though performed worst of all 3 on the gravel test by a long way. My best gravel time of the Mini, a whopping 13 seconds slower than the Nova. It just doesn't have the power. You feel it always trying its best, but it's absolutely the weakest of the 3 on gravel and just doesn't have enough juice. It does however feel fun. It feels awake and alive underneath you as it rattles its way through the stage, but you do have to be careful not to take too much from the inside of a corner, as on those little wheels it can be quite easy to roll when going at full chat. On to tarmac then, and again the Nova wins out overall, this time by an even bigger margin at 13 seconds quicker than the second fastest Fulvia. And I think on tarmac, particularly on fast committed sections, the Nova is rock solid. It does what you ask of it and it offers no protest. It's the obvious choice for quick times. The Fulvia shows its age here, with weight transitions proving a little tricky at times, and to get going again out of slow corners feels laborious. This is where the Mini catches up. I was able to get the Mini within 1 second of the Fulvia owing to the agility. That short wheelbase and light weight make it for a really fun, if a little hair-raising downhill experience in Monte Carlo. It handles quick direction changes with relative ease and feels understandably at home on these alpine roads. Overall then, if you have a time trial or club event set up where you need to be competitive above all else, then in H1 there's really only one choice, and that is the Vauxhall Nova. It really is a class above the other 2 in any given situation. So the Nova gets the GOAT. But here's where I depart from the obvious order of things and award the boat to the Lancia Fulvia. Despite performing second best on both surfaces, yes, it's faster than the Mini, but boy does it wear every gram of its weight on its hips. It's an old machine and handles as such. With that longer wheelbase than the Mini, it feels like you're driving a bus at times. Fantastic car in its own right, but fully deserving of the title boat. Well, thank you very much for joining me for the first video in this series. We have H2 front wheel drive following this video, and then a big one, WRC2, Plenty of competition in that class, but are they all equal in performance, or is there a standout winner? If you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more GOAT or boat. See you later.